Greetings. Now there is a F word that we all resent. And sometimes many of us use this F word at the wrong time, to the wrong persons and in the wrong place. This F word impacts many persons in a horrifically negative way. And we're not talking about the F word you're thinking about. We're talking about that F word that we're all terrified of. We call it failure. Now, failure is described as or defined as lack of success. Today, in this vlog, we are going to discuss failure. And at the end of it, you will know how I see it. Greetings, my name is Peter Lloyd. Welcome to my channel, Blacklight Records, and welcome to my vlog, Peter Lloyd World, How I See It. Now, years ago, I had the opportunity of performing, the first time I did, on one of Jamaica's premier entertainment nights, one of its biggest festivals. Now, this festival is really the kind of festival that if you survived, it could make or break your career as a Jamaican artist. This festival is known as Sting. Well, it was known as Sting because it no longer exists, unfortunately. And the first time I was called by the promoters of Sting to perform, I'm telling you, I was terrified, because you have to understand that the audience at Sting was not your regular audience. In fact, this audience was known globally for telling you if they did not like what you were doing. I mean, they made it vocal. And in fact, at one point, they would throw bottles at you. Yeah, literal bottles. So if you managed to survive Sting, it was a huge boost, not only to your street cred as an artist, but to your own personal ego. So the first time I was called to do this particular festival, I'm not lying, I was terrified. On the night of Sting, the 26th of December, I am telling you that I was shaking in my boots. Right before I went on stage, which was about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, an artist had performed. To me, he did a great job. And the audience not only booed, but they rained bottles on him. It was terrifying. And right at that point, Isaiah Lang, the promoter, walked up to me and said, "Peter, your turn." Now people, how are you visualize this? They had just rained bottles on this gentleman right before me, this artist. And to me, he had done a great job. And I was petrified. I'm sure that if they could have heard, they would have heard my knees knocking. I was terrified, people. So I stepped onto the stage in front of probably 40, 50,000 Jamaicans. Middle of the night, 2 a.m., and they're ready. And the MC says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Lloyd." And the place erupts, and I was like, wait a minute. They like me. But then I remember they had erupted for the artist right before me. I stepped on stage, and right at that moment, as I took the mic, the band started, and I did the first song. The audience loved me. They loved me. I was shocked. I did the fastest performance I've ever done. I was probably on stage for if I'm going to be honest, maybe about 20 minutes, and I got off. But what I'm not telling you is that 2 weeks before that, I had done another show in a place called Fort Clarence in Jamaica. And when I stepped on that stage, the audience booed. They booed. They hated me. They basically said, "Peter, like, get up on the stage." That was the first time that had happened to me as an artist. It was very direct, very straightforward. In fact, the first song I did, they liked it. But I think I was overstaying my welcome. Now, had I given in, I would never have had the high of 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. I'm exaggerating. 2 months later, doing Sting and getting that reception from the Jamaican audience. My father taught me growing up that the reason why we fall is that we learn to stand up even straighter. He used to say all the while, "Son, when you jump off of the bicycle, You were doing something wrong, that's why you fell. So each time it's an opportunity to improve. I decided to shoot by the beach today because I was in that kind of frame of mind. I hope you're enjoying it. It's beautiful out. I'm going to be showing you some of the scenery. And also, thank you very much for spending time with me. You know, you have other things you could be doing. I love you for that. And while you are here, please subscribe to the channel, alright? Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, people. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And thank you so much. Your time is appreciated. Blessed. You may not know what these are. These are almonds. If you like almonds, these are what the fruit almonds look like. I love almonds. As a child growing up, we had an almond tree in our yard. So we would pick the almond, right? And we would get a rock. I can't find a rock here. We take the almond, we'd pick the almond, we'd eat the almond, the flesh, and then when you eat down to the flesh, the seed is in a case. We'd then take normally a stone, put the almond down like this, like that, take the stone, right, take the stone and crush the almond. And many times people will crush our fingers. Epic fail. But as children we continued, even though we smashed our fingers on many occasions, because we wanted to get to that fruit, we wanted to get to that almond. Even nature teaches us that you have to fail to succeed.
Hi, my name is Abidala Sierra, reggae rock star, and I just like to share with you a part of my life where I had a bit of failure. I remember once I entered the Tasties talent competition, and because of distraction in the competition, I have to change my routine and all of these because they never really feel like it was fit for the show and stuff. It never really worked out so good. So say I didn't really feel disappointed because to me I didn't dress good, I didn't look good at everything, and I didn't just mess up on the night. They like I just start ball card back then. Anytime nothing go wrong, I just ball and let out my feelings, And then at the time I think I Phase 3 did a shoot, the Tastes thing, and I was there in the camera room and all of them something and them have me there and I say, what, don't worry, you're gonna be the biggest thing. And at the time I never said that, I just say, yo, I feel I'm now win and ray. And the person where really did win did actually sing half key. So how me feel it myself. So them sing half key and me did girl did the panky. And them time them say say it not gonna work, And a few years, after that, I entered the JCDC competition, festival competition, where my friend actually encouraged me to do. And the same thing happened, some distraction, this ambulance guy that looked me and I said, say look good at all of them something. And I said that me really come here for I'm just really there for focus. Because I go on like 5 minutes, somebody already just not bad at all. I'm just focus. I'm just go up on the stage and I just deliver. And the day that, to be honest, when we did win, a lot of people never want to hear say my name calling, but I say I done win already, I'm lucky I be, I'm just sing my song real band Jamaican because I know I deserve it. So in all that, I just want to say never give up on your dream, and no matter what nobody tell you, you're a star, because me a star.
So we've all had that experience where we're trying to achieve something, all of us, and there's one or two or several persons around us who are constantly discouraging us, constantly telling us that we can't achieve this particular goal. Now I know sometimes the truth is, they're just not good people, or Jamaicans would say, them just bad mind, them a bad mind. But the truth is though, most of the time, these are people who actually care about you. And what's happening is that they're acting out their own fear of the F word. You see, every time a person sees you, at some level they see themselves in you. So when you say you're going to do something that they subconsciously think they could never do and ever achieve, they discourage you. because they're afraid that you'll fail. And we all do this. Parents used to tell children, no, don't go into the taekwondo because you might hurt yourself. Don't swim, you might drown. We all do this. I'm a parent. I've done it. We all do it. Friends do it. Real friends do it. I mean, many persons do this because of their own fear of the F word. That word that none of us like to hear. But the truth is, fear is a natural part of the universe. Because as I've said, everything has had an epic fail. Every living being, every creature, every human being, every planet, every asteroid. This is a part of what makes the world go round. At some point, we are going to fail. It is necessary. As I've said, every baby drop 1,000,000 times before they learn to walk. If you ever learn to ride a bicycle, you fell several times. If you try to learn to box, you're going to be hit. Most drivers have had an accident, mostly minor, hopefully. But we all have failures. Now that fear of failing can paralyze us. It can cripple us. And that to me is even more deadly than failure itself. Because very often people have great ideas, epic ideas, and they never act on it because they're terrified, because they believe they're going to fail. So we have people who've had brilliant ideas, whether it's song, businesses, concepts, art, whatever, making a car, and they never did it because they're afraid of failure. But a fear of failure, is it really about failure or is it about our egos? What do you think? I mean, do you think we're really afraid because we're going to fail? I mean, would we be afraid of failure if no one else knew we had failed? Our fear of failure is really something else, you know? Okay, let me tell you something. A couple years ago when I did my very first live performance with an audience, I was terrified. It was in Ocho Rios in Jamaica. It was at a resort. It was then called the Mallards Beach Hotel. This is some time ago. And I was already terrified because I'd never done a 45-minute set. I mean, I'd sang for like 10 or 15 minutes, but 45 minutes just seemed like forever. Now I do 3-hour shows. So I had this silk suit, this green silk suit. Do not judge me about my silk suit. But not nobody comment about my silk suit. To me, the silk suit did a shot. But I had this silk suit, green. And it was like, the pants was baggy, it was roomy. And I was on stage, it was going all right, I was floundering through the numbers. And then I suddenly felt a very cool rush of wind. And then I realized that my pants crotch had torn wide open. People, my pants crotch tore wide open in front of the entire audience. If that's not an epic fail, I don't know what an epic fail is. I'm sorry. At the time I wasn't laughing though, I'm telling you this, I was terrified. All I felt was all this wind. And I had to finish the set with my legs lapped. Oh my God. No. I'm sorry. That was an experience. The point I'm making is, that was my first time doing a full show. Can you imagine if I had decided never to sing again or never to do a live performance after that moment? I want no comments about this. Okay, do not write anything down there about my pants crotch tearing up in front of all these people. Oh my gosh, I'm literally crying. No. point I'm trying to make is that we're going to fail, okay? You're going to fail. We're all going to fail. We're going to do stupid stuff. We're going to have relationships that don't work. We're going to have business plans that don't, that don't work. We're going to have moments in our lives when we have no clue what to do next. But we have to understand and we have to change our relationship with this concept of failure. Failure is a real thing. But I'm saying change the way you perceive it. I mean, I haven't always done that. I mean, I'm human. I still have moments when I panic. But the truth is, most of the time, I've come to the realization that I failed because I didn't do something correct. There was something I was doing that was off. Or the circumstances weren't right. Or the situation wasn't right. Or it wasn't the right place at the right time. So right about now, we've got to big up the first two persons who commented on my last vlog, which is Kindness How I See It. And that's Carter Club. Hey, Carter Club. Who said the world needs more kindness and less self-promotion. I agree with you. And of course, Lay King Daggett, who said, good stuff, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Lion. So thank you, guys. Remember, the first two people who comment on the last vlog, we'll be bigging them up in the next vlog. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was divorced after 19 years of marriage, jobless, broke, terrified. She submitted her manuscripts to several publishing houses, all who turned her down, until one person took the chance. The Harry Potter series is one of the most commercially successful series of books ever published. She's now a billionaire. If you're into basketball, you may have heard the name Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is considered universally as the greatest basketball player of all time. He has admitted that he has lost nearly 300 games, and there were 26 occasions on which he was handed the ball at the last minute to save the game and he failed. We are all going to fail. It's a natural part of our existence. We have to start teaching ourselves and those we love that failure is nature's way of improving us. So failure is a natural part of the process. I think in many instances we actually have to fail to succeed. We have to change our relationship with the word failure. Now, I'm not telling you that I'm not terrified sometimes of failure myself, but I've kind of learned that it's a part of the process, par for the course. You're going to fail. It's what you do after you fail. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to stay on the ground or are you going to get up? You're all great, you know. You're all kings and you're all queens. And I don't just say that. This is something I genuinely believe. The difference between you and someone who has succeeded immensely in life is very, very often how you view your failures and how you deal with failure. And the truth is, next time, one day we'll talk about success, because my perception of success is a little different from most people. So failure is not the F word that we should be afraid of. Change the way you view failure. Try to. I'm still working on it. And that's how I see it.